I'm Jane Strauss, and welcome to your first lesson on the Blue Book of Grammar and Punctuation. You can also find all of this plus a lot more, including quizzes that you can take and get instant answers to and download by going to my website, grammarbook.com. That's grammarbook.com. And this is the Blue Book of Grammar and Punctuation, which we'll be using as we do this work together. I'm going to be answering your most frequent questions. Today we're going to start with subjects and verbs, and we're going to start with learning about what's called subject and verb agreement in grammar circles. And the reason you need to know about subject and verb agreement is because you want to know whether you should say he and she are, or he or she is, he or she are, those kinds of things. What should you say and how should you write? So I'm here to help you with those things today. So to find your subject, first of all, you need to be able to find verbs and subjects. And to find your subject, you want to find the verb first by asking who or what is doing the action. For example, if you have the sentence, Lisa skated in the park, the action in that sentence is skated. So skated is the verb. And if you ask who skated in the park, the answer is Lisa. So Lisa is the subject. So here's another example. From the ceiling hung the chandelier. If I ask what is the action that's happening there, it's the word hung. But if I ask what hung, it isn't the ceiling that hung, it's the chandelier that hung. So chandelier is the subject. So if I can find subjects and verbs, I can know whether they agree or not. Here's a trick. If a word comes after the word of, it's not going to be the subject. You want to find the subject in front of the word of. For example, if I say a flock of geese flew overhead, what is my subject? Well, we know that flew is the action, so that's the verb. But is it the geese that flew? Well, it seems like it, but really it can't be geese as the subject because of the word of in front of geese. The answer, the subject, is flock. The flock flew overhead. Sometimes there is no action in a sentence. For example, if I say, he is here, there was no action in that sentence, but nevertheless it was still a sentence because the verb was is. The words is, are, was, and were are verbs, but they're not active verbs. They are what we call the to-be verbs. So for example, if I have the sentence, the list of items is or are on the desk, and I'm trying to figure out whether I should say the list of items is on the desk or the list of items are on the desk. Well, again, we know that the word that follows of can't be the subject. So items can't be the subject. List is the subject. So would I say the list is on the desk or the list are on the desk? I would say the list is on the desk. That's what we call subject and verb agreement. It really works to find the verb first and then the subject.